Impecca refrigerator model RA2106STGH repairs. Impecca 24-inch freestanding counter-depth top freezer refrigerator with 10.1 cubic feet total capacity, 3 glass shelves, 7 cubic feet freezer capacity, right hinge with reversible doors, crisper drawer, automatic defrost, in stainless look. Repairs. For the home, kitchen and beyond, Impecca manufactures appliances that homeowners have come to trust. Even a trustworthy appliance requires occasional maintenance or repair, however. If you're in need of Impecca appliance repair from experienced professionals, your local appliance helper can help. My refrigerator's not cooling. The condenser coils are usually located under the refrigerator. They dissipate heat as refrigerant passes through them. If the condenser coils are dirty, they won't dissipate the heat effectively. As debris builds up on the coils, the refrigerator becomes less efficient, causing the refrigerator to work harder to cool down. If the coils are significantly dirty, the refrigerator will not be able to maintain the proper temperature. Check the condenser coils to determine if they are dirty. If the condenser coils are dirty, clean them. Refrigerator runs constantly. The condenser coils are usually located under the refrigerator. They dissipate heat from the refrigerator as refrigerant passes through them. If debris accumulates on the coils, the refrigerator will have to work harder to remove the heat. If the coils are significantly dirty, the refrigerator will run constantly in an effort to cool down. Your refrigerator's condenser coils should be cleaned twice a year. If the freezer temperature is above 10 degrees Fahrenheit 12 C, the refrigerator will not be cold enough. If the refrigerator is not cold enough, it will work harder to cool down. As a result, it will run constantly. The freezer temperature should be set between 0 and 5 degrees Fahrenheit 18 to 15 C. If the freezer temperature is too high, ensure that the condenser coils are clear of debris and the condenser fan is working properly. In addition, check to see if frost has accumulated on the evaporator coils. If the evaporator coils are frosted over, part of the defrost system has likely failed. Refrigerator water dispenser not working. To determine if the water supply tube is frozen, disconnect the tube at the bottom of the door and blow air through it. If air does not pass through, this indicates that the water supply tube is frozen. If the water supply tube is frozen, thaw it out. In addition, ensure that the freezer is kept at the proper temperature. The freezer temperature should be kept from 0 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. If the freezer is too cold, the water line may freeze. The water inlet valve opens to supply water to the dispenser. If the water inlet valve is defective, or if the water pressure is too low, the water valve will not open. The valve requires at least 20 psi to function properly. Make sure that the water pressure to the valve is at least 20 psi. If the water pressure is sufficient, use a multimeter to test the water inlet valve for continuity. If the water inlet valve does not have continuity, replace it. Refrigerator light not working. The light assembly might be defective. Some manufacturers don't sell the light assembly components separately, and instead require you to purchase the light assembly. The light bulb might be out. Replace the light bulb before replacing any of the other parts associated with the light bulb. To determine if the door switch is defective, use a multimeter to test it for continuity. If the door switch does not have continuity when activated, replace it. Refrigerator not defrosting. The defrost control board determines how often to run the defrost cycle. If the board fails, the refrigerator will not go into the defrost cycle. Before replacing the defrost control board, first test the defrost heater and defrost thermostat. If the defrost heater and defrost thermostat are working properly, the defrost control board is likely defective. The defrost heater assembly turns on several times throughout the day to melt away any frost that may have accumulated on the evaporator coils. If the defrost heater assembly is defective, the defrost system will not work, and frost will continue to accumulate on the evaporator coils. To determine if the defrost heater is defective, use a multimeter to test it for continuity. If the defrost heater does not have continuity, replace it.